Every good pizza starts with great pizza dough. And here's how to make your own homemade pizza dough. It's very easy if you have a bread machine that can do all the heavy lifting for you. We're going to start with 1 1/3 cups of water, 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. This is 1 1/2 cups of regular flour, general all-purpose flour. I also like to use 2 cups of bread flour. This has a little more gluten and stuff like that in it. I'm also going to use 2 tablespoons of wheat gluten. Gluten helps to give it a little bit better texture. We're going to add a tablespoon of sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, 3 teaspoons of bread machine yeast. And now we'll put it into the bread machine. This is my bread machine, and I'm going to put the tub that we loaded our ingredients into the bread machine, just like that. Snap it down. And now we'll program it. So we've turned on the bread machine. It says blinking light. It says that it's white bread. So we'll pick that as a select. Then we press this button to move over from medium to dark to dough. Select dough. It's now blinking. Is it a large recipe of dough or a small one? And it's large, so I select that. And now it's ready to start. So we just press start. Okay, our bread machine says that it is now ready with our dough. So we'll take the dough out of the tub. This recipe for dough makes about enough for a huge pizza, and we don't need that much. We're making about a 13.5-inch pizza. So we're going to cut the dough in half, more or less. Half we'll put into a oiled bowl, and I'll cover that because I'm going to put it outside where it's nice and warm today, and it'll do its final rising out there. The other half I'll just put into a plastic sealed up bag. And one trick I found is if I flatten out things like this, once I put them in the bag, they'll thaw out a lot quicker. Now we're going to freeze this dough, and we can thaw it out at some time in the future. Time to make the sauce. We'll start with 8 ounces of tomato sauce, and this is right out of the can. Then we'll add some garlic, some onion powder to that. And it's hard to say how much onion powder to add. You have to kind of judge it for yourself. I put in maybe a teaspoonful. Same thing with the granulated garlic. If you put in too much garlic, it's going to taste very heavily of garlic. Next are the oreganos. And then some basil. And finally, a little bit of thyme. Maybe a half a teaspoon of thyme. I like to crush the thyme a little bit. It releases some of the oils. Then we'll finish it off with a dusting of salt and just some regular pre-ground black pepper. And now we'll stir this up. This should sit for about a half hour at least, so that the flavors have a chance to marry. Using a pizza stone in the oven helps to distribute the heat more evenly on the bottom of your pizza. If you can afford to get one of these, I suggest you do it. "460 degrees is just about the right temperature for a pizza in this oven. Okay, now we're going to roll out our pizza. There's different ways to do this. Because we're amateurs, I'm just going to use a rolling pin. Okay, our pizza is all rolled out. Next I put on that sauce that we made. Next we put on the mozzarella cheese. I've decided to make a pepperoni pizza. So I'm just going to spread pepperoni around here. Now I'll put on the mushroom. Okay, we're going to pop this in the oven now. We'll set our timer for 13 minutes, which should be just perfect in this oven for this pizza. Here comes our pizza. Now I'll just cut it up. There's our pizza.